Broads Media.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into Sports Talk with Broads. There's no better way to spend your Friday night than to watch the New York Mets foul a ball into their own nutsack. I mean, that's where the New York Mets season really is at this point. Has anybody witnessed something like that in their lives? Probably not. Holy shit, they suck, and it is so fun to watch. Okay, so you think for a half a second you could crush our souls with a very emotional loss on our end, but no, Alec Bohm, after the broadcast says to bunt over, which is hilarious because I'm not watching baseball in the year 1922. They tried to sacrifice earlier in the game, and they came up empty. 0, no runs scored. You gave up and out. I don't like giving up outs. Here's Bohm at the dish. A dude, by the way, who has so many runs batted in. Do you want to do the research? Do you want to gather all the info? All he does is score runs. And you want him to bunt people over because they elect to intentionally walk Bryce, and you already have the man starting on second base in extras. So first and second, no outs. Hey, bunt the baseball over. What are you, dumb? What are you, dumb? That's dumb. That's dumb. Because if you don't, you give Bohm the stick in his hands with a chance to win it. And let me get this straight. He fucking won it, baby! He won it, and the team continues to roll. It wasn't super flashy. The offense was quiet for a long period of time. Kyle Schwarber gets on second base because, well, the Mets screwed up, and they dove out in left field and over-committed to the slide, I guess, and the ball dropped behind his glove. That got Schwarber on second. Where did he end up finishing off at the end of the inning? I'll tell you, he was on second base, and it sucked, especially because you were down at that point. And Taijuan Walker had a good day. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 1 walk batter, which is a huge emphasis for me when it comes to Taijuan. The ironic part is the first batter, Nimmo, was his one and only walk, and that one unfortunately did come around the score. So when you see the Mets take an early lead and McGill's on the bump, and for some reason you're striking out like you're facing Randy Johnson, or you're just not producing offense, is really what was happening. And it sucked. But eventually, when the Mets made more mistakes because, well, they don't know how to play the sport of baseball, Bryce Harper hit by a pitch, which I mentioned this before. If you hit Bryce Harper, you should get a 1-year suspension without pay because that's totally ridiculous. Bryce Harper gets drilled on the knee. When he goes to second base and slides, they try and flip the ball with the ground ball going up the middle. That keeps the inning churning. And JT Realmuto, let me check the location for a second. Oh, hold on. That was here? Oh, okay, I don't know if he knew either, because he doesn't hit home runs like that when he's playing at Citizens Bank Park. Dude, a 3-run jack from the catcher. It was so desperately needed for him. 20 on the year. It's outrageous. Hopefully, now the demons are out of him. And this somehow turns into one of the most miraculous home catchers in all of the land. Let a man dream, okay? Because I'll be thinking about that tonight. The dogs will be eating their feet. For some reason, the dogs right now, I go up to bed around 1 a.m. My wife's in bed now. It's 10:41 on a Friday. She kicks it. She's chilling. She's doing her thing, relaxing, probably scrolling some TikToks. I don't know if she fell asleep yet. But I crawl in around 1 a.m. or so, right? And here's the dog just chewing their feet because I wake them up, and I don't know. It's nuts. But they'll keep me up until 2:30, and I want you to know when that's happening, I'm picturing JT in the playoffs at home hitting a major double in the gap to clear the bases, and he does his little celebration over at second, pointing to the dugout. Then they show the dugout, and Garrett Stubbs is doing it while he's standing up, getting pumped up with the boys. It feels good. Look, I crushed the broadcast for one of the worst baseball takes ever. But they did, at the end, when watching Alec Bohm celebrate, they did bring up on Apple TV what it's like to feel that connection in the ballpark, knowing the fans is part of the roster. When you're an opponent, it's not just the group of men that are wearing the Phillies uniforms, but it's the 40-plus thousand bringing the heat and bringing that crowd noise up. It's a very difficult place to play, and this time of the year, we know it rises, and I'm excited to experience that again. What else I'm excited to experience is what I experience every single night. You know what I'm saying? But also my bookie as well. And as a bettor, you demand perfection, and my bookie delivers. They are the presenting sponsor here of Sports Talk with Broads, NFL, college football, and trust me, there's so many great MLB odds that are available for you when the Phillies are on a tear. Do not let this go to waste. Put some cash in your pockets. Join the MyBookie family for an entire season filled with daily odds boosts, same-game parlays, and super contests. Listen to this. This season, MyBookie has a no-strings-attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quickly. If you use promo code BROADS on a deposit of $50 or more, you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. So, bet your deposit amount once and you're ready to withdraw at any time. Again, that's promo code BROADS to claim your cash deposit bonus. There is information down below in the description. Check it out. Click the link. Sign up. It's a no-brainer. Get that money rolling into your bank account. You'd be a fool if you don't. Sir Anthony made Francisco Lindor look like a fool with a ballsy pitch that was nowhere near the plate, but he ends up swinging and striking out. He tried to take first base. Look, the Mets are so desperate that when it's the third ball, he puts the bat down, he starts undoing his batting glove. Yeah, yo. That's three. Yo, jag off. That's what I'd be yelling if I was on the bump. Yo, jag off. Get back in the box, dude. Right? They don't think the game well, obviously. The Mets. And then Pete Alonso. Oh, man. Sir Anthony was a wild card, for sure. 2 walks. And you had a lot of men on base. And you're dealing with some pretty recognizable names. I know I just took my shot at Francisco Lindor, but you know he's very talented, okay? He does a lot. He had a lot of prominent names up there, and Sir Anthony somehow wiggles through it. It's always a roller coaster. Remember what I said at the end of yesterday's show. Don't act like it's now automatically going to be smooth sailing. This is part of what the Phillies do nightly. Will your offense make up for it? They're now calling up a prospect that has moved through the ranks faster than Usain Bolt. This guy's cruising. And Todd Zalecki had some info for us. Was it Todd Zalecki? I know I always double check and question, and it ends up being the person I think it is, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. Oh, it was. Well, see, I know. I should trust myself. I always go back and say, stop, bro. Come on, you're on the money with this. The last Phillies rookie pitcher to make his MLB debut in September and then appear in that year's postseason was back in 1980. 1980. What is that, 43 years ago? I wasn't even a thought as a human being then. So I guess they're going to try everything in their power because it's sloppy out there, which it could go one of 2 ways. Well, I guess it could go 3 ways. The bullpen continues this way, and it's a little too much too fast for them, or this wakes up everybody in the pit. Hold on a second. Okay, that's cute, Dave. And I got it. Now you have to actually go do it, and if that did happen, Craig Kimbrell failed pretty roughly there, and Sir Anthony got shaky. So if you did laugh at it, wake him up. It wasn't the wake-up call. Or the kid's a beast. The kid's a weapon. He just blows it by him. So one of those three is what's about to happen. Nothing changes. Something changes. Whatever. It's a preparation thing for me. I'm prepared for the ride because I know the ride will give you one of the most gut-wrenching drops. When you're on the roller coaster, a lot of mouth sounds today on this show. Maybe we go a little ASMR. I don't know if you're into the ASMR life. I am aware of it. Hey, no shame if you are, by the way. I'm just saying. Broads ASMR. Big culture shock, I'd imagine. There's a Broads Media Gaming channel, though, that we started to flirt around about a month ago or so. And also twitch.tv/Broads Media Gaming. We do go live often during the week in the mornings, ripping Call of Duty, ripping NHL 23. Slide that in there. Why not? No ASMR for me. Maybe Hoffman listens, though, before a game. All he needs is one pitch, though. Earned his paycheck. Gets in the ball game. Bang! Throws one pitch. Do a little shoulder shimmy. Check the TD Bank app. See if the deposit went in. That was easy. Hey, babe, what are we eating for dinner? You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang. Just like that for Hoffman. But there's no surprise because, Hoffman is one of our top dogs now. What a world we live in. What a world. Okay, let's run it. Let's go to the phones. Let's do it. Let's hear from the people.
That's fucking right. That's fucking right. Let's go, Bomer. Let's go. Holy shit. This game did not need to be that stressful. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They got the win. That is the most important thing. You decrease your magic number. The other teams around you lost, so that even decreases the magic number further. Holy hell. That was a big win. First 2 wins in this series. JT actually got a hit at home, a home run. Holy shit, I didn't even know that could happen. I didn't even know that could happen. Craig Kimbrell, 3 days rest. Oh, man. I don't get it. Sir Anthony giving everybody heart attacks. But you got the job done. Now the next 2 days are up in the air because of the rain. But you got the job done. Come on.
That's a good point. I forgot all about the whole weekend that's about to hit us, and I didn't actually forget about it. I had to spend about an hour and a half moving some of the porch stuff because we're getting the addition started this week, phase 2 of getting the house to where we want it before the baby comes. And, I had to move it. The wife said, get outside, move this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, seeing JT hit the ball so impressively, such a huge win, too, being a part of that, it needed to happen. He had to see it once. It's a basketball player at the free throw line that's 1 for 14, okay? It just needs to see the ball go through the hoop in the fourth quarter to maybe make a difference there with 4 minutes to go in the action. This is JT Realmuto now looking at a possibility of having the ball in the fourth quarter with a couple minutes to go. And he's essentially 1 of 9 from the field. We need you here. We need JT to explode. We need all of them to. Of course, Castellanos is riding high. Bohm's producing. Kyle Schwarber. You impressed with what he does? Leadoff spot, a hundo. That's right. A hundo. Runs batted in. 100. I'm going to say it again. 100. Runs batted in for Kyle Schwarber. You want to know how many home runs he has, too? How about walks? I could tell you. I don't want to make people mad, though. That wouldn't be kind. And I'm a man of the people. That's why we're going back to the phone.
What's up, dude? Listen, I'm getting sick of all these games where Kimbrell's pitching, and it's like we're sweating every time. Today, it bit us in the ass because he finally gave up a solo shot to Beatty. I mean, that's what happens when you take 9 years to throw the ball. JT had to go out twice because you went down to the 1 second mark. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm really starting to think Alvarado needs to start closing for us soon.
I don't know if I'm there yet. Look, a couple more outings of Craig Kimbrell similar to this fashion, and maybe I'd be willing to do it, but I also think you're letting the recency bias of the last time you saw Jose Alvarado speak very loudly. Trust me, there's been some atrocious outings from Jose Alvarado, too. It's not all beautiful dandelions and unicorns on the other side. There's no real legitimate shutdown lethal option that this team has currently. I understand continuing to go to Craig. I'm with you, though. It's annoying. It's annoying. I guess it's a mental approach to it all, and maybe it's unfair for me to do that. Am I letting them get off the hook because I should demand better? Or at some time do I recognize this is who they are and I can't change this version, the 2023 version of the bullpen, 160 games into the season, 150 plus? What am I to do? This is what it is. We acknowledge it's who they are. Now we have to watch accordingly. Is that the wrong way to do it? I'm not telling you it's the right way. I have been pretty vocal expressing that I think you should switch the mentality. But if I'm wrong, and I'm willing to hear from y'all if I am. So I'm curious. In the comments, let me know. Am I a dope? And for this reason. I mean, for other reasons, maybe you could say, of course, you're an absolute donkey. I've been called that many times in my life. But for this particular reason, is this the way to absorb Phillies baseball? Okay, for as many thoughts and concerns on how far can that take you, keep in mind, you'll see better opponents, you'll see deeper teams, way more talent in the NLCS than when your schedule is the New York Mets, the Pirates, and the New York Mets, the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm not taking away from them stringing together series win, especially with an Atlanta Braves team on the road filtered in that. So it is impressive for them, for sure. I'm really not trying to take anything away whatsoever. You're the first place wildcard team, and there's a big jump between you and the rest of the teams competing for a postseason position. I think that that's a good way to label it, no? There's something to that, because you do see good teams over the long haul. You're doing something right over the long haul to finish with the record that you have. If you're in a different division where the Atlanta Braves don't have the same level of sustained success, do we view this differently? I think it's very possible. So it's carrying you decently far, and it should be recognizable. So while there are issues with it, it's doing something right, and maybe it caps out when there's a more complete team. But should we hate it as much as we do? Should we not? I'm confused. I'm looking for answers. That's why I speak to you. Remember, and I've been on the record with this, you are my therapy. This is how I get it out. This is where I get my thoughts out. I need the help. Let's go to Nolan.
Hey, Broids, I'm calling right now. It's the ninth inning. The Mets just tied it up. I seriously think that they should have brought Hoffman back out for the ninth. He only threw one pitch to Pete Alonso to get him out in the eighth. Anyway, hopefully we can come back and walk this thing off and shrink that magic number even more. Have a great night, man. Go Phils.
Appreciate the call. Now, I love you, Nolan. I do. I'm going to disagree with you with the Hoffman thing. That's not his position. It's not. We ask normally for a manager to put people in positions to succeed, especially someone with a lack of resume or Craig Kimbrell. How many saves did he have before the Phillies signed him? He's a back end of the rotation piece for sure. This Jeff Hoffman thing fell into our lap. I'm not asking him to do something unless it's by pure full-on desperation. And while there are some downs right now with the pen, you're not so obnoxiously, pathetically, oh my God, I'm on life support, I need the last resort humanly possible mode. That's when maybe I would tend to look in that direction. he was brought in to get that out. He got that out. If it took 1 pitch, if it took 9 pitches, his job was to get that out and clean up that inning. You go to the 9th with the 1-run lead, especially at home, get a little light show. That's you, Craig. You have a light show. You have a light show for that. So when that happens, you go to him. I'm okay with going with Craig. I'm mad that he didn't do as well as I needed him to. That's where we differ, Nolan. But I love you. You know that. You know that. I appreciate the call. Said have a good night. He's such a respectful man. So I can't yell back like I do some of the others, which I love everybody. You know that. It's just all fun and games. And, well, it's not. It's my life. All right? And without it, the body doesn't run. The body shuts down. It's not just fun and games. But the sports dog, that's... You never take it to heart. It's rule number 1. Okay. Anyway, we'll wrap things up here with the final call.
The Fightins, baby. The Fightins. This fucking lineup is beautiful. I mean, even intentionally walking MV3 is trouble. Bomer coming up huge. The bullpen a little shaky tonight, but we got the dub. We got the first 2 of this game. Magic number drops. Go Phils, baby. Go Phils.
You guys are the greatest people in the world. I promise you that. Go Phils is right. We'll see how this weekend shapes up. Going to be a weird one with the weather, so not sure how it all ends up happening. But, yeah, listen, I got WWE to watch, so I recorded SmackDown, DVR'd it. We're wrapping up here. I got to go watch some SmackDown. I love you guys to death. We'll be talking very soon. Go Phils. This is an amazing time. It really is. Love you. Talk to you next time.